The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
Last night, we witnessed one of the greatest comebacks in NHL playoff history. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. The Winnipeg Jets are trailing the St. Louis Blues 3-1. But thankfully for the Winnipeg Jets, Vlad Namestnikov exists, and he scores, like I said, with less than 2 minutes left. With the goalie pulled as well, it was 6-on-5 when that goal was scored. Let's fast forward a little bit to 10 seconds left when Nikolai Ehlers watches his life flash before his eyes as he fans on a shot. And this was after he just almost lost the zone with the puck. And then Nikolai Ehlers fans on that shot. Thankfully, the puck comes quickly back to him. He passes it over to Kyle Connor. He then gets it to Cole Perfetti, who scores the game-tying goal with 1.6 seconds left on the clock. That is the second latest game-tying goal scored in NHL playoff history. It is the latest game-tying goal scored in Game 7 history. Then we get to overtime. Very tight first period of overtime. Second period of overtime, we get a goal by the Winnipeg Jets. Captain Adam Lowry tips it in front. I believe it goes off of his leg on a Neil Pionk shot. Back of the net, Winnipeg Jets win the series against the Blues in one of the most improbable comebacks we will ever see in NHL history. Now we get to the part where the Winnipeg Jets Twitter account made fun of me. So to rewind this whole thing, on the SDPN YouTube channel, we do season previews for every single NHL team. And I said this upcoming season that Connor Hellebuyck was due to not have a great season, and the Winnipeg Jets themselves were due for a bit of a regression from where they were last season. This was based on purely math, purely the history of how goaltending goes in the NHL. I want to challenge the Winnipeg Jets fans this season. And I'm going to challenge you all, and I'm going to say your starting goaltender, Connor Hellebuyck, will not have a save percentage above .920 again. He's done it for 2 consecutive seasons. Goalies who have never had 3 consecutive .920 seasons, Patrick Waugh, Andre Vasilevsky, UC Saros, Marc-Andre Fleury, Ed Belfour, the greatest goalies of this game don't have 3 consecutive .920 seasons. Somebody who does, though, and it's unbelievable, he has 6 consecutive .920 seasons, Dominik Hasek.
Wow.
So it's just like, there are levels to things,
yes,
and like he's on this other level, but the guys I listed are amongst the best goalies we got, and I put like UC Saros in there for a modern day goaltender, but I'm just willing to bet that, okay, you also lose Monahan, Toffoli, you don't have them in your roster anymore. The goal scoring's still not going to really be there. Plus, you're not going to get as good goaltending. Natural regression, 95 points sounds about right. I said, Connor Hellebuyck, we're probably not going to get another .920 season out of it. It doesn't happen very often. And this year, he went out there and put up a .925 in the regular season. He's going to win the Hart Trophy, I assume. He's a runaway for the Vezina. And the exact opposite of what I said in training camp happened this year. I will still defend my logic because the logic was there. Usually goalies aren't this consistent, but Connor Hellebuyck in the regular season is the outlier. Let's fast forward a little to the Four Nations face-off, because up until that point, Connor Hellebuyck was consistently proving me wrong with his outstanding play. But I said, hold on, people. Connor Hellebuyck, the fraud, might show up any day now. Any month now, it might happen as the days and the weeks and the months rolled on. And then we got the Four Nations. And in the Four Nations face-off gold medal game where Canada played the United States and Connor Hellebuyck was in net against Jordan Binnington, the exact same goalie matchup that we had last night, Connor Hellebuyck lost that game. And to his credit, I wouldn't blame Connor Hellebuyck in that game for that loss. But it added to my narrative of Connor Hellebuyck potentially being a fraud when we get to the big moments like the playoffs and like the Four Nations finals. Because last year, if you remember, Connor Hellebuyck had one of the worst playoffs that we've seen out of any goaltender. And he does have a reputation of his play dropping significantly from the regular season to the playoffs. The numbers bear it. His play on the ice is obvious with the eye test. You can see he is not that goalie from the regular season when we get to the important games in the playoffs. Fast forward again. Last night, the game is not starting off well for Hellebuyck and the Jets. It is starting off perfectly for me as Hellebuyck lets in a couple not great goals. The first one, he's way out of his net. He reads the play kind of incorrectly. The Jets defense also breaks down, puts him in a terrible position, and he's not able to make some sort of acrobatic play to save that puck. And then the next one, he lets in a muffin, and I am rolling in it like a pig in the mud. I'm not going to say the other thing. Like a pig in mud, I am rolling in it because Fraudmageddon, as I dubbed it, was about to hit the world. It looked like Connor Hellebuyck, the fraud, was about to show up and lose this series for the Winnipeg Jets. And then we got that incredible comeback with less than 2 minutes to go, with 1.6 seconds left on the clock, with the OT winner to just shut down all of the fraud talk for now. We'll see how the second round goes. But for now, like, we can't talk about Connor Hellebuyck being a fraud. He did enough for his team to win the game. They scored 4 goals. He allowed 3. They won. And that gives Winnipeg Jets fans and the Winnipeg Jets Twitter account the right to dunk on me, who is wrong at this very moment. The Winnipeg Jets Twitter account posted this. I look at the numbers and I say they are earmarked for regression.
That's crazy.
That is a clip of me from the season preview where I declared that the Jets would regress, and they did the complete opposite by winning the President's Trophy and being the highest point you can reach as a team in the regular season this year. And Connor Hellebuyck did the complete opposite of what I said. Like I said, he's probably going to win the Hart Trophy. So right now, hey, Jets, you win. Jets fans, you can dunk on me. I'm wrong. We'll see what happens against Dallas in round number 2. But I think, like, for now, this is it. Connor Hellebuyck, he has beaten the fraud allegations for now. Enjoy your round 1 victory. It's going to be tough against Dallas. Let's not forget that. But the Winnipeg Jets fans and the team, you guys got a lot to celebrate with that win last night. What an unreal comeback. What an atmosphere with the whiteout getting to witness that in Winnipeg. We'll be back in round 2 to see how it goes against Dallas. But for now, you guys win. You guys deserve to celebrate. And that's it for me right now. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you'll be watching or listening right now. And I appreciate you for that. Hit like on this video if you're watching on the Jesse Blake Sports Report channel. Also hit subscribe on the channel. This is also available on any audio platform. Good night from Toronto.
And that is how it's done.
The Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake.
Jesse Blake, the guy that likes to hear his name twice in one sentence. Sure, I know him. No, he doesn't have an ego at all.